Hey everybody, this is Paul, 125 Roller Coaster Challenge here at Six Flags Great Adventure, which is our home Six Flags park. This is our 7th park of 2023, and we're here for spring break. And we've already done the Explore video, so we're going to basically do a what's new at Six Flags Great Adventure. Now, what do we mean by what's new at Six Flags Great Adventure? Well, we've already done the Explore, which you can see at the end of this video. Here we're going to show you different restaurants and different rides and different things that are new for 2023. But before we start, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We're doing 50 parks this year, and we want to make sure you don't miss anything. So it's a simple click for you, but it means a lot to us. So before we get started, let's kick off that intro. Alright, so as soon as we walk in here over at the Sweet Cakes and Cones, I mean literally as soon as we walked in, right there's the entrance, they actually got something new here called the Extreme Shakes. Basically they have brownie, churro, chocolate chip mint dough there. $20, but of course you get a discount if you have a season pass and stuff. So that's something that's new and exciting. You can get that before you come in and as soon as you leave. Alright, so it looks like they moved the last drop shop, which is where they have all their coaster stuff. But it's not really new, but when you come down the main drag here, if you make a right here, this actually takes you right to Wonder Woman. So it's becoming a legitimate path when in the past it used to just be a back road here. But I do like the fact that the last drop has a great spot right by the main fountain. And we're definitely going to be doing a walkthrough of that shop because if you like coaster gear like I do, that's where you want to be. Alright, so what's new? Well, the last drop is in a different spot. It's over here around the corner now from the main entrance here. But of course they got a lot of new merchandise. Right here they got a whole thing on El Toro. Got some shot glasses, got that. Hopefully they get El Toro going. But over here they've got a lot of merchandise here. They got the Coaster Dynamics. They got a whole section here for Medusa, which they didn't really have last year. So I was glad to see they actually got some new stuff here for Medusa. And then of course they got a whole thing for King Ka. El Toro cats. Over here, of course, they got the RMC, the whole Jersey Devil. A couple new styles and stuff like that. Definitely different from the original ones they had here. And then we got the Six Flags ones here. Got some Nitro stuff here, which has a new train, as we've all seen. Here's the wall of Coaster Dynamics, even Batman the Ride. And then last but not least here, they actually have some El Toro stuff here. Hopefully they get El Toro going. But there's an El Toro shirt there. And over here I got horns for El Toro. So that's what's new here at Great Adventure, at least on the coaster aspect of coaster merchandise. Alright, so I'm not sure how new this is, but right by Mama Flores, they actually have right here, basically a promotional part to actually, go to Hurricane Harbor, work there. But they have the Kaleidoscope Mirror Maze. But next to that, they actually have looks like a more permanent cape shop here. I remember before, it used to be over by the boardwalk section, but right here, right by the section there, right, pretty much right there, Skull Mountain, right there is the Ferris wheel to give you a point there. So they have a giant cape shop here, 0 to Hero. So if you're into capes, now you can get it on this side of the park too. Alright, so we mentioned before that we are actually here during their spring break, but the one thing that Six Flags Parks really has been hyping up there is new events, and here is their Six Flags Screen Break. So basically they're doing a haunt at night, which includes 2 haunted houses, a scare zone, select rides, coasters, limited capacity here. Now the one thing I didn't notice is we are actually Diamond Elite VIP members, and they actually are still utilizing things here, so I could actually go to this event for free, but I don't know if I want to be here at 8 o'clock to 11, but that is something that's new, is there's going to be a lot more things at Six Flags Parks, event-wise, trying to, compete more with the SeaWorld parks and stuff like that. But that's definitely something that is new, and if you have gone to it, please let us know what you think about it. Alright, now we know this is a temporary thing right now, but right now actually Batman is actually closed today. But the big news is actually Nitro is closed, and the main reason why Nitro is closed is they're actually adding the 4th train. That noise in the background is Jersey Devil. So basically Nitro at this point has got their 4th train, and definitely make sure you check it out there. So Nitro has been down and probably won't open until the regular season starts there. So it's always quite a bummer. But it is nice to see that they got a brand new train. And if I'm able to get a good shot of it, I will post it on here. All right, so Congo Rabbits is closed, of course. But the reason why I walked over here was mainly, I know the barbecue place is closed too. I'm dying inside today, guys. But the main reason why I'm actually walking back here is because you can actually see one of the new trains right in there. That's one of the new Nitro trains. Looks like it's blue. I mean, I am happy they got new trains. I think they got 2 new ones, but please correct me if I'm wrong. But one of the issues is they still haven't painted this thing. So you got nice shiny trains with their, actually looks like they got the water dummies in there. Yeah, they do have the water dummies in there. So they'll be probably testing it later on tonight here. But like I said, new train's great, but I really wish they could give it a paint job. It definitely looks bad compared to right there is Batman. And then you got Jersey Devil over here. That's pretty and all that stuff. But Nitro did get new trains, and that's where they are. And hopefully that gives everything a much better look later on. Now, right before you get to the Jersey Devil coaster here, you know, you got the Dippin' Dots and you got the funnel cakes here, but looks like they turned this area, the Pine Barrens Beer Garden here. So let's show you some of the food items here that they have. You got beer and pretzel combo, that looks pretty good there. Rum bucket. Wow, that looks like something that would definitely be good for the drunk riders and stuff. But yep, so this is all right here. It's got a nice little facade. Now it's not open here because it is more family time, but I'm sure in the summer this is going to be a happening place right outside Jersey Devil. So I'm not sure if this is new, but it's definitely something that caught my eye, and it looks like it's working great. So right in front of the Junior Thrill Seeker section here, you actually have by the Skull Mountain, you actually have this whole waterfall section here now, which is fantastic. And when you come over here, Skull Mountain is working perfectly. So one of the things I like about the beginning of the season is everything's working and everything looks brand new. If you look up there, you can actually see it coming out of the eyes and going right into the water pool there. So yet again, great entrance for the Junior Thrill Seeker section here, and it's great to see they got everything working. All right, so over here at the Little Thrill Seeker section here, right by Jersey Devil, you can see it in the background here. When we were here doing our walkthrough, this is basically a concrete slab. But now it looks like they're having a thing called the Barnstormer. So they do have a new ride coming here. Now, yet again, this is a kid's ride, so it's not going to be too intense. But it actually looks like a pretty nice ride here. Let me go see if I can get a little better view over here. So it looks like a fun little ride here right next to Jersey Devil, which is going up the hill right now. But yeah, this is something new, and it's glad to see that they are still expanding the kids sections here at Six Flags Great Adventure. Another way you can tell it's the beginning of the season is the Skyway is not going yet. But right here, they have all the gondolas sitting here, all the different M&Ms. So you can tell it's the beginning of the season, but soon they're all going to be flying and going over to the other side of the park. All right, so if you were watching our video last year, right over here by the Skyway and over by the Ferris wheel, kind of like the pirate section of the park here, at one point they used to have little boats in here that were going around all day and people could pay money to do the boats. But it looks like they gave up on the boats and now it's just a little fountain area with a clock. So you actually can see what time it is while you're here. But this is something new here, and I'll be honest with you, it's probably a good idea. I'm sure the boats weren't really making them much money, and a fountain is at least a place where people can meet at. So something else that is new, so right there's that fountain. Well, here is a blank space. So people who've been coming here for years, let me know what used to be here. It's right between the pirate ship and the little boats. It's literally a blank space, and I know at one time that wasn't a blank space. So right here's the swashbuckler. But really, there's got to be something that was here at one point there. So please leave in the comments what used to be right next to the swashbuckler, which is right here, and the pirate ship. I'm curious to know what was here, but it definitely seems like there was something here last year. I don't remember this blank area, so it's something new. So as we continue to walk down this whole pirate section here, right there's the swashbuckler and the buccaneer. I heard that they were expanding out the pretty much the scenery in this area here. So right by Air Jumbo, looks like they freshly mulched this and did some good landscaping. But the one thing that really caught my attention is if you come over here, It looks like they expanded this fountain area, make it a little bit more beautiful here. So you actually got a fountain there, and you've got a fountain. Actually got a nice little seating area here. And you have a fountain here, so this is a nice little area here. So I did notice that they were talking about beautifying this entire park, and it's good to see that it looks like there's actually pretty much not just words. They actually are putting some money in here and aesthetically making it more pleasing. So real quick here in the middle of the Great Adventure, what's new, I wanted to basically talk about something that is actually not new, but actually still going on, which was actually shocking. So if you're familiar with Six Flags, there's been a lot of changes over the years, in the last 2 years, where they've been getting rid of memberships and a lot of different things with season passes. Well, we were lucky enough to have a Diamond Elite VIP pass. So even though they've been changing a lot of things, that is not changing at all, which is fantastic. Today I actually was able to get 4 skip the line passes, which were greatly appreciated. It's kind of a busy day here at the spring break, so I was able to get on Jersey Devil a few times without waiting in the line, maybe a 5-minute wait. So even though Six Flags gets beat up all the time about all the changes, in particular they are staying with the Diamond Elite VIP, and this coaster enthusiast is actually very happy about it. Now let's get back to something that's new. So of course, with what's new here at Six Flags Great Adventure for 2023, they've got the Arboretum, which is pretty much the old path, the cut across there to go from the main walkway over by good old Cyborg cyber spin there. But so they actually have this whole little section here that they put together called the Arboretum. So now of course this is April, so a lot of things are not blooming yet. But right there's Wonder Woman to give you a perspective here. They have this whole little path here with all these different trees. And what I think is really neat is the fact that they actually did this. They even tell you what kind of trees they are. So this is a nice little touch here. So they are definitely beautifying Six Flags. Definitely something that they were talking about doing in the last 2 years. And this is kind of neat here. So we're doing a full walkthrough here. Definitely not worth a spotlight because it's not huge. It's pretty much a little alcove. That's a pretty tree back there. So, but the fact that they are actually adding more trees and this nice little section here with a nice little walkway is pretty nice. And I can't wait to see this in May and June. I think it's really going to pop. But right there's Cyborg to give you a perspective here. And there we are in the middle of the Arboretum, but you know, these are red twang dogwoods there. So yet again, this is really going to pop when the summer hits. But yet again, the fact that they are actually doing this in the middle of the amusement park is, I gotta tip my hat to Six Flags here. This is a nice little touch. We're doing a full little walkthrough here. That's where we started. So like I said, it's not huge, and you can easily miss it, but it is a nice little touch, especially when you don't really need to do it. So this is the Arboretum at Six Flags Great Adventure, and that is something that is completely new. So something new is Cyborg Cyber Spin. Now this has been here for a few years, but look people, it is actually going. Yes, in the past this thing hasn't really been going. It's been down a lot more than it's been open. So the fact that for this year, 2023, right now it is going, that is something new in my opinion. It's basically right by the Wonder Woman's, which is right there, which is always going, and the catering section. But the fact that Cyborg's going makes me happy because this is a very unique ride. You don't see them at a lot of parks, and this was something that Great Adventure got that a lot of parks don't have. So this is new, is the fact that it works. All right, so we know this section isn't new, but we noticed there were some new items here. So this is over here, right in Gotham City, right by Batman the Ride. You got quesadillas, you have this whole bar section here, but you also have Mama Flora's Grill, which actually, their menu seems to be a little bit better than it was before. You've got the chili cheese dog basket, you got cheese steaks, chicken strips, and all that. But what I really like is, and of course you got the quesadillas here, but what I really like is this whole bar section here. It's a nice little place you can relax. It's got a Western theme, which is kind of different for Six Flags Great Adventure. They really don't have a Pioneer section except for the other side of the park by the log flumes. So this is something I think is slightly new. All right, so here we're at the Ale House, right, pretty much by Liberty Snacks and everything else there. And what's new seems to be the rum buckets here. You can get the Shipwrecked Rum Punch, or you get the Pirate Punch for $24.99. So it's right here in the main bar, pretty much right by the Joker, right by the entrance. You can tell there's a lot of different can beers too. But it looks like what's new is the rum buckets for $25. So right here by the Joker and Harley Quinn, and right in front of the Villain Cafe, looks like they actually added some new paths and stuff like that. So pretty much this is a good place that you can actually kick back. You got ride lockers all the way back here, which is kind of unique. But it looks like this path here that goes behind the one store there actually takes you by. Right, so I'm over here in the Bugs Bunny section of the park here, and I'm noticing there's a lot more space now. You can see a lot of stuff. Now it could be because it's spring, but usually you don't have as much space here where you can actually see the pond here in the middle of the park. But give you a point of reference, right there is Joker. So all along there, you can actually see the water now, and right about here. So it looks like they are really serious about beautifying this park and a lot of the parks here at the Six Flags chain. And if they continue doing this, I'm going to be really happy to see what the future looks like here. Because it'd be great if you look over here. In the past, there used to be speedboat shows and stuff like that. And it'd be great if they start utilizing the beauty of this park more than they do currently. So going back on to things that haven't changed but have changed, this is the Yum Yum Cafe. So this has been here, it's pretty much right off the main drag right there. There's Houdini and here's the carousel. But they really beautified this a lot. This never looked this good before. It's freshly painted, they got a lot more fun to it and stuff like that. So they said Six Flags they were going to start beautifying the park. Over here's a lot more green space than there used to be. And right here, the Yum Yum Cafe looks simply amazing. All right, so we mentioned last year how this was all nicely painted and all redone. It still looks pretty good there. It looks a little bit more faded, but the cheesesteak looks fantastic right here, the Boardwalk cheesesteak. But the one thing I did see is right here is a Scream Break bar. So it looks like Spring Break is going all out there because, you know, it's an extra charge if you're not a Diamond Elite member there. But it definitely worked really well in the carnival section here. Still looks great. It's all set up here. There's another Scream Break thing. So there's a lot going on here, but they did a lot of updates to the boardwalk section here, and it still looks fantastic a year later. All right, so here we are over here at the Superman area and Green Lantern. And last year, this was down all year. I used to call it the Twix ride because pretty much it was Twix. But as you can tell, it's now called Twister. It has a new sign. And believe it or not, it looks like it is actually running. So even though it's not a new attraction, they definitely have got it going. Now, with that being said, right next to it is the parachute, which is actually going to be taken out. That has been confirmed to be leaving the park. So you do have Twister going, but you lost the parachute. So which one did you like better? Are you happy that Twister's back, or actually has a name? It's not the Twix ride, it's Twister. Or do you miss this classic parachute ride that's going to be leaving us fairly soon? Please leave a comment below and let us know what you think. All right, so when I was walking by the food court, I actually noticed that over here by the boneless wings, they actually have things blocked off over here. So I'm wondering if they're going to be changing this food area out. Now, historically, this was basically funnel cakes and stuff like that, but let's do a quick little thing over here. Show you what's behind the wall. So, if you know what's going on over here at Six Flags Great Adventure, let us know, but it looks like there's going to be some new food things being taken care of. All right, along with Nitro being down, also, if you've been following the news, El Toro is also down. So, but they not only closed down El Toro for the summer right now for this area, they also took down Tango and Macho Nacho. Now, the main reason for this whole section being closed is pretty much because they're going to be doing a lot of work on El Toro. And even if you look over the fence right now, you can see that there are cranes and other things here that are working on El Toro. Hopefully, like I said before, they're going to not put a Band-Aid on it this year, but actually get El Toro working the way it did years ago. It's a very special coaster. It's an Intamin prefab, and we're hoping that they get everything working there. But just so you know, if you're a big fan of Macho Nacho or Tango, those are also going to be closed until this summer. Now, we don't have a start date. It's pretty much going to be determined on when they are going to get the El Toro up and running. But that is something that is new. It's not just El Toro down, it's the whole Plaza del Carnival section. All right, so what's new when you come over here to Great Adventure? Here in the Cheetah section here, the Cheetahs are looking a little bit more challenging there. Some might actually consider them goats. Yeah, so that is something new when they have goats in there with the Cheetahs. And it's not just one, there's actually a second one back there too. So now we know it's off season, but the fact that they actually have goats in there, it's kind of false advertising, because I can see those at any barn that I go to there. But yet again, according to Six Flags, that is a cheetah. All right, so we are walking over here towards the Frontier Adventure. But it is spring break, so Frontier Adventure is fully closed. So we can't really give you what's new back here, but to be honest with you, really not much changes back here. You've got the log flume, you've got Medusa all the way in the back, and then you got the mine train there. So pretty much nothing really changes around here. There's King Ka going up there. But one of the things that changes is El Toro. So we got to conclude by talking about El Toro. So El Toro basically had 2 accidents in the last 2 years, and both of them were pretty bad. One of them, the back of the train derailed. The second one, basically it potholed near the end, somewhere on the track there. So they are taking it down. Now, what I'm hoping they do, and you can see some of the construction there, is I'm hoping they don't just do a quick little retrack or a patch job. I'm hoping they actually come here and actually don't put a Band-Aid on it, but literally go through and make it as amazing as it was before. This is one of the few prefab Intamin roller coasters pretty much in existence, and you've got yourself a diamond here. By far, in my opinion, the best ride here at this park, which actually has the fastest, one of the fastest and one of the tallest coasters. So the fact that these are all here, they need to really work on this ride and get it back to its original glory. So they're saying it's going to open during the summer, but right now that's closed. And like I said before, back here is the Frontier Adventures, and that's also fully closed. So thank you for watching the What's New at Great Adventure. If you like what we do, please make sure you like this video and definitely subscribe. We're hitting 50 parks this year, and we're only on number 7, so we're gonna have a lot of new content here. So definitely make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing. It's a simple click for you, but it means a lot to us. So thank you for watching What's New at Great Adventure, and can't wait to see you in the queue in 2023.